we didn't know where to start really. This is our first venture as a startup. So we were quite excited to get out and start building our business. I think one of the things that struck me was like a bit of a fear of accountants and where to start. It's certainly not an area that I'm familiar with.
No, and also I think things like what's it going to cost us, what type of level of information. So he really got to understand what we were trying to do. That was the first step for him. So where's your current situation? What are you trying to build? Where does that going to lead? And then from that, he really gave some sound advice and building blocks and advice that was structured based on that. So by understanding us and what we're trying to achieve, the advice was really salient and made sense.
So they gave us advice on shareholder agreements between us, contractual relationships, how to structurally set up the business from an accounting perspective, and then within that, tools like Xero to be able to monitor what we're doing.
Yeah.
How to VAT register ourselves.
Yeah, so tax advice.
And then, so after we'd rolled that out, there was a lot of hands-on support from the team to help us, raise our first quote within Xero, raise our first invoice, how to sync the bank details with the Xero system. So there was a number of sort of small things that the team at LB were able to help us with. Stuart was really engaged and enthused about what we were doing and cared about what we were doing, and that was the surprising part. I think it was like he took the deeper interest to understand what was going on. It wasn't just sign these forms, we'll be your accountant, your tax is due on this date, so we'll be in touch. There was a lot more to it, and subsequently I was able to use LB for my personal tax returns and save myself quite a considerable amount of money in the form of a tax rebate from my personal income. Something I'd been looking at for some time but hadn't done, because again you get this perception that if I'm dealing with accountants, this is going to be a rather dry, drawn out process. So in hindsight, I wish I'd done it ages ago, because I would have been saving more money from the get-go. But
the other thing that I really like about Stuart is, doesn't matter when you contact him, he responds almost immediately.
Yeah.
Which is not also what I expected. I would have expected, see something in 20, 48 hours. I literally get a response any time of day. So there's a real kind of connection there and quick speed, so very valuable.
It's been more than an accounting service, I'd say, from the offset.
Yeah, absolutely.